Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Your watchman, Israel. Sons and daughters of Zion. My Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is our Sabbath. Grab that King James. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Now that being said, let us go right into our teaching. We have a fine teaching tonight, a wonderful, wonderful lesson. And as I always say, I want you guys to think about the reading, think about what you are hearing, think about what you're saying, and I know that the Most High will give you a clear understanding. Now we have started to make some changes, and this is probably just phase one, but there's about 3 or 4 more other changes that we're going to make in the oncoming weeks. And we just ask you guys to bear with us. And we just want to tell you that we love you guys, okay? But we have to make these changes because these are the changes of the Most High. And these are not our changes, but these changes are coming from the Most High. And as I said in my other video, I asked you guys about this a black sun that's supposed to be coming. Planet X, I think that's what they call it. But if you look in the southwest, you know, part of the sky, it's a bright light. And I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, I know it's getting closer because I can see the elevation of it. You know, it was kind of further out. Now it's leaning up even higher. So I'm just ecstatic about it. You know, I'm glad. You know, because my brothers and sisters, I know that we've been, you know, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I know that our ancestors, you know, was looking for the Most High to return, and the older ancestors and whatnot. But my brothers and sisters, we're coming to the end of the age. I mean, I can see it just as clear as 1, 2, 3. But my brothers and sisters, we have to be ready. We have to know what's what. That's why we're you know, we're here, you know, trying to educate our people, you know, free of charge. See, we're not trying to get anything out of it, but for you to know your God and for you to love Him. You know what I mean? I mean that's the clear-cut line that we have here. There is no underline where we're trying to do this. No. But as I said, there are going to be some changes that is going to take place. I mean, some may not like it, but hey, that's just the way it is. Now going forward, now let us look at something that the Rib spoke on the other night. Out of Psalms 49. Now let's look at verses 5 through 11. Now let's look at that. It says, "Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about, that they trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. None of them can by any means redeem his brother." Now, like she said, you know, Jesus said, "Tell the Christian that you have been bought with the precious blood of the Lamb." My brothers and sisters, that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, the Most High says that I am your Redeemer, not anyone else. But let's go a little further here. Let's keep on. He says in verse 7, he says, "None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him." Jesus said he was the perfect sacrifice. He said he was the ransom. He said he was the lamb. But my brothers and sisters, right in the pages, well, I mean, this cannot be denied. I mean, for one to not understand this, either he's not Hebrew or either he just stupid. I mean, he's just stupid. It's right in the pages. Now let's go a little further here. We're going to go on down. Come on, let's keep on going. Verse 8 says, "For the redemption of their souls is precious, and it ceases forever." He says that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish oppression and leave their wealth to others. Those are the so-called ones that are successful. Well, I'm successful. No, you're not. All you are is a damn fool. You're not successful because the Most High got something for your ass. Now look what he says here. All the ones out there hollering about I'm successful. No, see, you're full of pride. You're full of pride, but the Most High is soon to bring your ass down. Now look what he says about the proud. Full of pride. Look what he says. He talking about all the Donald Trumps and all the others. Look what he says here. He says their inward thoughts is that their house shall continue forever. Oh yeah. They think that they don't even think about dying. They don't. They can think about all the good times. Well, I got this and I got that. That don't mean nothing to the Most High. Do you not know that the Most High overlooked all of our kings? All of our king brothers? Go out there and get the one out there that's keeping the sheep. That's the one. Go and get him. And the oil came out, but first of all, when he came to him, he said, the Most High says, that's the one. That's him. That's him right there. See, so one may be successful in doing little things around here on this earth, but if you're not being a successful in the Most High, you ain't shit. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. See, because what the Most High does with you is gonna last forever. That's why he says here, they think that their house is gonna continue forever. No, sir. Not in this life. And look what he says here. He says, their inward thoughts is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling place is a place to all generations. That call their land often their own name. And you can see that. Trump Tower, they call, it's just so many names that they have named after individuals. But let's go a little further here. Let's jump on down and let's do verse 15. Now he say, but God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave. But I thought Jesus said that he's the one that's going to do it. But it's right in the pages. It goes on and say, for he shall receive me. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dies, he shall carry nothing away. Nothing. Not one red cent. And look what he says here. He says, his glory shall not descend after him. He says, though while he liveth, he bless his soul, and men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself. Yeah, you can have all the ones that walk around on this planet praising you and liking you, but when the ball start bouncing, if the Most High don't give a fuck about you, you ain't shit. Straight up. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, from the top down to the bottom, down to the lowest. Now look what he says here. He said, "Men that is honest, honor and understand it not, is like the beast that perish." See that? And what do you think about that? What can you get out of that? Well, now we're gonna move on now here. Let's go to the book of Matthew here. We're gonna show you something here in the book of Matthew about Jesus that we talked about months and months ago. Let's look at Matthew 12. Let's look at Matthew 21, verses 12 and 13. Now look what it says in Matthew 21, verses 12 and 13. Look what it says. It says, and Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the table of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves. Now, my brothers and sisters, one may think, well, oh, Jesus did a good thing, you know what I mean? But I'm here to show you how far he was out of line. I am here to show you just how far he was out of line. See, we here show you that everything that Jesus does is against the Most High. Everything. Now, even though the Christians, what they do, they sell their little pies, they have their little fish dinners, they have all these little things. But they don't see it. But they're saying, well, ain't nothing wrong there. We just generate money. But according to y'all, God, he said that's wrong because he overthrew the table of the money changers here. I remember when I was in Christianity, we used to have to buy the food. I'm serious. We used to have to buy the food, they cook it, then we buy it back from them. How stupid, talking about generating money. Now you already done got my tithes. You done got a love offering. You done got a Sunday school offering. You done got all building fund. You done got all of it. You just giving all your, but when you're in that bullshit, you can't see it. It's nothing but a ripoff. It is meant to keep you poor. Now let's go a little further here. Now y'all see here what he says. So he overthrew the table of the money changers, didn't he? Now let's look at something else here. Let's go to the book of Luke. Let's go next door, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Let's go there. Let's go to Luke, the 2nd chapter. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Now watch this. The 2nd chapter of Luke. Let's look at verses 23 and 24. Now look what he says. He said, as it was written in the law. Look now what it's saying. These are their words. They're not mine. He said, as it is written in the law of the Lord, every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy to the Lord. That part is true. It is. What he was talking about? Levi. Nobody else. Now look what he says. And to offer a sacrifice according to that which is said in the law of the Lord, a pair of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. Now, if y'all go back over there and read what we just read, now he turned over the money table and all those that sold doves. Now, if you think about it, the money changers were there in order to change currency because everybody wasn't from that land. According to their writing, I'm just giving it to you like they wrote it, even though I know it's a damn lie. But I'm trying to show you here that all this is nothing more than a fabrication. But anyway, they put this in. They mention the Old Testament here and there, in little spots, to try to make their bullshit have some validity in it. But I'm telling you, if you read it and you think about it, he was out of line. Now it says right here, according to the law, that's what you should have in the temple. What? Turtle doves, and then if not pigeons. It's right here. Now let's go to the book of Leviticus. Leviticus, the 1st chapter. Watch it, my brothers and sisters. Right in the pages. Leviticus chapter 1. Let's go there. Now, like I say, I just want you to think about it. Because I know I'm making my lie. Now look what it says. It says in 13, Leviticus 1, 13 to 14, it says, but he shall wash the inwards of the legs with the water, and the priest shall bring it all and burn it upon the altar. And it is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet Savior unto the Lord. And if the burnt sacrifice be if the burnt sacrifice for his offering to the Lord be a fowl, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or a young pigeon. It's right in the pages. So if they bought this to the temple and they was in there, they was in right. They was in with the law. But he came over there and then turned the money tables over of all the money changers and those that sold doves. So he was. You can see clearly here he was out of line. Now he said that it was made. You have made my father's house a den of thieves, because they had the money changers there and they had the one that sold doves. But they was in compliance with the law. But yet and still, he goes. Well, I'll get to it later on. I'm gonna show it to you. But anyway, let's go to Exodus. Let's go to Exodus 13. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Exodus 13. Let's go to real quick. Exodus 13. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. We're going to read Exodus 13 here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to jump down to verse 11 and just go forward, okay? 1, 2, and 3. It says, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb, among the children of Israel. Now let me tell you now, he is not talking about all 12 tribes. If you read the Old Testament and take your time, when he talks about Gad, he talks about Gad. When he talks about the Benjamites, he talks about the Benjamites. When he talks about Judah, he talks about Judah. When he talks about the children of Israel, he talks about the children of Israel. They're not the same. The children of Israel are the children of the Levites. Now I'm going to show you here as we go down the lesson. Now, we already did a video on that, see what I'm saying? So we explained to you who are the children. That's already been, taken care of. All you that just came, go back and watch the video and then come back and then you understand where we are. Now, he says, of the children, both of men and the beasts, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, see that? They're different. These are all two different things that are going on. He says, remember this day in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. Okay, now, all right, now we're going to go here and we're going to jump down to, let us jump down to verse 11. All right, look what he says. He says, And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore unto thee and thy fathers, and shall give it thee, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of a beast which thou hast, the male shall be the Lord's. And every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. See that? Buy back. And if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of man among the children shall thou redeem. See that? Shall thou redeem. Buy back. From what? From the Most High. Now, as you remember now, all of the priests' children, talking about the children of Israel, those were the only ones that could work in the temple and do work. Couldn't nobody else. But you're going to see here where the Most High divided the Levites, talking about the priests, from the children. Now, if you remember, who all went over Jordan? 19 and what? 19 and what? Under. All the rest of them didn't go. Now, I'm going to show you here where he separates the Levites from the children, talking about the ones that are the priests, and the children are going to be separated from them. Now, let's go here a little further here. Let's look at, in your spare time, let's read on down to 15. He says, And it shall come to pass, this is 14, when thy sons ask thee in time to come, saying, What is this? That thou shalt say unto him, By strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. He says, And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. But he didn't slew all the firstborn in Goshen. Only the part where the Hebrew Israelites were, that's where the Most High killed them. Now let's go here a little further here. He says, slew all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sanctify to sacrifice to the Lord all that opened the matrix before being male, but all the firstborn of the children of Israel I redeemed. See that? Bought back. The children. Now let's go here a little further now. Let's go to Numbers. Let's go over here to Numbers here real quick. Now watch this, my brothers and sisters. Pay close attention. Numbers what I want. Numbers the 3rd chapter. Let's look at that right there. Numbers the 3rd chapter. Let's look at verse 5. Okay, Numbers the 3rd chapter, verse 5 here. Now we look up there in verse 4, we see all these people up here. Those are Aaron's sons, Eleazar and all those up there. Those are Aaron's people. Now let's look at verse 5. It said, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, bring the tribe of Levi near, and what? Present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto me. Look what it say, and they shall keep the charge and the charge of the whole congregation. Therefore the tabernacle of the congregation to do the service of the tabernacle. I just told you that. And look what it says, and they shall keep all the instruments and of the tabernacle of the congregation and the charge of the children of Israel. See that? To do the service of the tabernacle. Can't nobody go in there but the descendants of the Levi. Nobody else, no other tribe can go in there and do anything inside the temple but the children of Levi and the kings. That's it. Nobody else. You will never see anyone else going in there except those that were strangers that I can think of the priest's name, but he brought strangers in, and then God called the beasts of the wilderness and ate all them up, told them to come in there and destroy it. But anyway, let's go here a little further here. We see here down here in verse 9, he says that to do the service of the tabernacle. He said, and thou shalt give the Levites unto Aaron and his sons. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of, see that? He took Aaron and his sons out of the children of Israel. Now look what he says here now. It's right in the pages. And then he goes on here. He says, and thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on their priest's office. See that? Wait for it. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, and I, behold, and I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that opened the matrix among the children of Israel. See that? Therefore the Levites shall be mine. See that? Now let's go a little further. Because all of the firstborn are mine, for on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel, both male and beast. Mine shall they be. I am the Lord. And the Lord spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, number the children of Levi, after the house of their fathers, by their families, every male from the month old upward and upward shall thou number them. Right in the pages. I told you. Levi is the only special family. But later on down, he chooses Judah also. And he tells you that these are the two families that I have chosen. Now remember, now all the other tribes are still out there. They are. But I told you guys in about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I showed you that in Jeremiah, where he says after he sends back Elijah, then he's going to bring all the other families of Israel in. Now let's go a little further here. We're in Numbers 3 verses 5. Let's go to Matthew 9 and 9. Watch here. See, because I'm going to show you guys that none of the old prophets ever said at any time, Nothing about Jesus. Not one. And then the thing about it is, he even tells you out of his own mouth. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. Let's look at Matthew 9 and 9. And look what it says here. Matthew 9 and 9. Let's read verses 8 and 9. Look what he says. And when the multitude saw it, they marveled and glorified God, which had given such power unto men. And as Jesus passed forth from hence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the reception of custom. And he said unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. Now remember now the name Matthew. Now let's go here a little further. Let's go to Mark. Let's go right next door. Let's go to Mark. Let's go to Mark. What I want? Mark chapter 2. Let's look at verses 13 and 14. Mark chapter 2, verse 13 and 14. Look what it says. And he went forth again by the seaside, and all the multitude resorted unto him, and he taught them. And as he passed by, he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the reception of customs, and said unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. Now why is he calling him Levi? See, because listen, if Matthew was a Levite, he would have known that Jesus was not the Son of God. He would have known that the Most High never said at any time that he was going to send Jesus to redeem his people. Not at any time. Now, that being said, let us go a little further. Let's go over here to Luke. Let's go to Luke. Luke the 5th chapter. Let's look at that real quick, my brothers and sisters. Luke the 5th chapter. Let's read verses 26 and 27. Luke the 5th chapter, verses 26 and 27. He says, After these things he went forward and saw a publican named Levi sitting at the reception of custom, and he said unto him, Follow me. Now, my question, my sister and brother, if my memory served me right, I believe all these were tax collectors. I believe these are were the ones that was beating the people out of their money. If my memory served me right. But yet and still, he goes in the temple and overturns the money table and say that they have made his father's house a den of thieves, and they was in line with the law, the one that sold doves and stuff. Well, my question is, why you overturn their table and then you go out here and get some thieves? Now, does that make any sense at all to anybody out there? Hell no. Why would you call these people that were working in the so-called temple thieves, and then you go out here and recruit damn thieves? Don't make sense to me. You know why? Because it's nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. Nothing but a bunch of bullshit. This is nothing but a fabrication. I mean, week after week, I pound away on his ass and show you time after time after time that this is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. And I still have them come on the page, bumping their gums, talking that bullshit. And what they say doesn't have a stench of validity in it at all. Just be saying shit that somebody have told them, instead of you doing the research and just use a little thinking. But you let what somebody tell you be the end of it, instead of you saying, well, maybe I'll look at it for myself. Maybe I ought to try to look at it from a different perspective. But no, you won't do that. You'll run there every week, back up like a damn semi-dump truck and just dump like a damn fool. And then look for a blessing, and you just gave your blessing away. Doesn't Ecclesiastes tell you that you should be first partakers of your labor? What's wrong with that scripture? Well, why can't you understand that scripture, but you still go and dump? And then let your house go down to nothing. And their children is wearing Jordans, they're wearing The best that Nike can put out there, and any of the rest of those jazzy and classy tennis shoes. But your child have to go and buy tennis shoes from Walmart. Well, the Lord gonna bless us. Yeah, he ought to bless you, and you gave it away, a damn fool. I keep telling y'all all the time, keep your money in your pocket. You don't owe them son of a bitches nothing. You don't. Listen, I've been saying this for I don't know how long. Have anything happened to me? Hell no. You know why? Because I'm telling you the truth. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Nothing. The Most High, if I can just get you guys that are straddling the fence, the Most High is the one that ruleth in the kingdom of men. We taught you guys on that. Taught on that. And I tell you, I don't know why they can't see it. But they keep on hollering about the devil, and they so scared to move. Boy, I tell you, it's beyond me. I don't understand it. Just like I say, my sisters and brothers, there is not a lot of us. I am serious. There is not a lot of us. It can't be. But let's go a little further here, though. We're in Luke, the 5th chapter here. Let us go to, where I want to go now? Let us go to Matthew 11. Matthew, the 11th chapter. Watch it, my brothers and sisters. Because they want to holler about he is the Messiah. No, he's not. Jesus is not the Messiah. The Messiah came a long time ago. Jesus is not no damn Messiah. Now, I'm going to show you. All you got to do is just read along and just think about it. Just think about what you're reading, and you'll say, man, out of all this time, I never saw it like that. But it's right in the pages. It's right here in the pages. Now, let's go. Matthew, the 11th chapter. Let's look at verse 3. Well, let's read 2 and 3. It says, now when John the Baptist had heard in the prison the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples and said unto him, art thou he that should come, and do we look for another? Now, they asked him a question. Are you the one? Do we look for another? Now, my brothers and sisters, John the Baptist, all this is just fucking made up stuff. I'm telling you, it's made up. Because the Hebrews knew who the Most High said he was going to send. Now, let's go a little further here, and we're going to look through the pages, and we're going to see what the Most High says. That's the only way that we can solidify anything. We just see what the Most High says. And then what the Most High says, that's the end of it. Now let's go here a little further now. Let's look at Luke. Let's go to Luke here, because I got to use their own words in order to entrap them. Let's look at Luke, the 7th chapter. Let's look at that 7 and let's look at 17. Let's look at that. It says here, Luke 7 and 17. Yeah, let's read that. And this murmur of him went forth throughout all Judea, and throughout all the region round about. And the disciples of John shewed him of all these things. And John called unto him 2 of his disciples, sent them unto Jesus, and saying, art thou him that should come, or look we for another? Now, if y'all go ahead on and just read on down, well, let's just read on down to 21. It says, when the men were come unto him, they said, John Baptist has sent us unto thee, saying, art thou he that should come, or look we for another? And in the same hour he cured many of their infirmities and plagues, and of evil spirits, and unto many that were blind he gave sight. Now you guys know now, just here on a couple weeks ago, I showed you guys who operates in this area here, that who does all these things. I showed you over there where he told Moses, who make the blind, Who make the sea? Who maketh man deaf? You know, I mean, he just went on, and then not only that, he told Israel that he would not put any of those diseases upon them that he put upon the Egyptians. He did plagues. But here you see Jesus, all these plagues and stuff supposedly, he's reversing everything that the Most High did. It's right in the pages. I mean, if you guys that just came, just go back. And I did a video here just several weeks ago about God is in control of all spirits. Go back and look at it. And once you look at that and you look at this right here, it's undeniable. You will know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this is nothing more than a bunch of bullshit. It's nothing but rubbish. If you can't see this right here after you go and see the video, then something is wrong with you. Either you're not Hebrew or either something is wrong up here. One or two. Or maybe it's both. But anyway, let's go here a little further. Let's keep on going. We're here at 21. Yeah, we did that one. He says, many that were blind, he gave sight. Isn't that something? Boy, I tell you, no respect for the Most High at all. No respect for the Most High at all. But you cannot see it until you learn and see how the Most High operates. Then you will know that this son of a bitch here has no respect for the Most High at all. Him, not any of those that are playing any of these characters that are in these pages. None of them care anything about the Most High. But yet and still they will interject God's name in here and there. God is a title. The Most High says, I do all these things. Not some. When you say A-double-L, ain't nothing left. There isn't anything left. Once you use A-double-L, ain't nothing else left for nobody to do or anything. That all means all. Now let's go here a little further. Now let's keep on going. Let's look at John. Let's go to John 20. John chapter 1. Let's read verses 20 and 20 down to 25. But you guys can go back up and start, around about 14 and read on down, and you can see I don't know how many lies the writer is saying in here. Talks about nobody ever seen the Most High, but the Son, the only begotten Son, and all kind of bullshit. I mean, if you go over there and read Psalms chapter 2, verses I want to say 5, 6, and 7, and the writer, the narrator is saying there that this day thou hast begotten me. Now, if you look at the heading of there, David is narrating that Psalms. So how can David be narrating the Son and then says me and then talking about Jesus? That couldn't be further from the truth, my sisters and brothers. Go over there and read Psalms 2 and just take your time and just read it. You can start with verse 1 and just read on down there. But remember, David is the one that is writing the psalmist, not Jesus. And you can see it's clear cut. He's not, and I repeat, he is not talking about Jesus. He's talking about himself. Now let's go here a little further here. We're going to look here at verses 20. Look what he says. It says, and he confessed and denied not, but confessed, I am not the Christ. And they asked him, what then? Art thou Elias? And he said, I'm not. Art thou that prophet? And he answered, no. Now my question to you, now think about it. They know what this Elias is supposed to be Elijah. They already know. That has been established. That we're looking for Elijah to come back. But who is this fellow? I mean, who are you? And then you talking about this fella called Christ? Who are y'all? That's the point that we need to think about. Even though they trying to use strategy here to inject themselves into this writing to be somebody, and in doing so, they are showing that this is nothing more than bullshit. Because, I'll show you here. Let's go to Malachi. And that's the only way we can do this right now. Let's go to Malachi. Malachi 4. Let's read verses 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Now, the Most High has not came back yet. He has not. Because if you go back and start reading that verse 1 here in chapter 4, you'll see that has never occurred. But you got those that want to prostitute the word of the Most High and try to deceive individuals and to create them a quick, amount of cash off of people that are gullible, and they'll tell them, well, this has already occurred. Well, then, if it has occurred, then where's the history of it? Where is the history that this has already occurred? There is no history of it. This is a future event. Now, let's go here a little further here. Let us go to see, because the Most High never said at any time that he was sending Jesus to redeem his people. Now let me show you something. Let's go to Isaiah 48. Isaiah 48. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. I mean, I don't go by what nobody else says. I go by what the Most High says. Like individuals say, well, LD, he's making his own doctrine up, and he's doing. No, I'm not. I don't have a doctrine. I'm only saying what the Most High. I don't go and say nothing on nobody else's page. If I talk about what someone is doing out there, it's on our page. I don't go on anyone's page and tell them a damn thing. I don't go on their page and ask them anything. You know why? Because I get my information from the Most High. I don't go to nobody else and get nothing from them. Nothing. I go straight to the Most High. Well, you can learn something from anybody. No, I can't. I get my learning from the Most High. Whatever the Most High shows me, that's what you get. You don't get my opinion. You don't get my thoughts. You don't get nothing about me. This is not about me. This is about the Most High and you, not me. But you got others that they don't like what I say because it rubs them the wrong way, and it's more or less like I'm stopping the cash flow that's going in their pocket. I am disrupting that, and they don't like that. So they go and make videos and say all kind of weird ass shit, and if anyone watch their videos to come back and watch ours, they can see that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, what I tell you guys is straight from the Most High. This is not of mine. None of it is mine. It is the Most High. And to him be all the credit. Not me. He's just using me. He set me apart. He everything is about time. Everything is about time. All in time. I mean, and you guys that have been with us for quite some time, I told you guys about a story when I was young. This older guy, his name was Willie Green. He smoked an old cigar, and he told me these words. I mean, it had to be at least 45, 50 years ago. Probably about 45 years ago, between 45 and 50. He told me, he called me Smoke. He said, Smoke? Because he and I was having a conversation, and I like to be around older people so I can learn, But he was telling me about something I don't remember right now, but I didn't understand. He told me, he said, Smoke, he said, keep on living. It'll come to you. I say, well, can't you? He says, I told you. Just keep on living, and it'll come to you. And my brothers and sisters, everything is not. It's about time. A fruit is not ripe until that time is there. That fruit is not ripe. Everything has a time. Ecclesiastes tells you a time for this, a time for that. Everything is dealing with time. And my sisters and brothers, those that don't understand what we're saying here at loudermenumore.org, the time is running out. You worried about what tribe you are, where the rest of the tribes are. You shouldn't be worried about that. You should be worried about getting ready to meet Elijah when he comes. All this other stuff is tribute. One saying, well, they got this over there and they got. I don't care what they got. I'm not changing. I am not changing. I am riding. I'm going to ride this horse on in until the end. I'm not changing a damn thing. And I mean that. Neither is the real. We're not changing. But we are going to make some more changes. That is coming. And this is not on our behalf. This is the Most High that is going to do this, that is making these changes. Not us. Now let's keep on going here. Let's go to Isaiah 7. Let's go to Isaiah 7. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Isaiah chapter 7. Let's read verses 13 and 14. He says, and he said, hear ye now, O house of David. Is it a small thing for you to worry man, but will ye worry my God also? Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel. Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse evil and choose good. Now, isn't that what he said? But now, if you just go on down here and read, but let's go ahead and do that. See, because you need to know that this is not Jesus. Now, this is not Jesus. Now, let's go here a little further. Now, I'm going down here. It says, for the child shall know to refuse evil and choose good. The land that thou abhor shall be forsaken of both her king. The Lord shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not yet come, for the day of Ephraim departed from Judah, even the king of Assyria. Now I'm going to just stop right there. Now anybody know Jesus' time? Out of his whole 33 years, Jesus never spoke about going over to no land of Assyria and the kings and none of that bullshit. None of it. This here has nothing to do with Jesus. This here happened before Jesus was even thought of. Now it's right in the pages. Now let's go here. I'm going to prove something to you. Now he said going to eat what? He said he eating butter and honey. Isn't that right? That's what it says here now. This here is the word out of the Old Testament, the Most High's word, okay? Now, let's go here a little further here. Now, I'm going to show you something here. Let's go to John 21. Watch him. Watch it, my brothers and sisters. Let's go to they book St. John 21. Watch there. St. John 21. Now, we're going to read a few verses out of it. I'm going to jump on down for time's sake because I don't want to go too long. But anyway, this is the Passover. Huh? Now, let's look at this right here. Is this the Passover I want? Well, let's start with verse 5. It said, then Jesus said unto them, children, have any meat? They answered, no, this is not the Passover, but we're going to get to it. They out here fishing. Okay, now, they're gonna be catching fish and everything. Now, watch what happens here. He said, and he said unto them, cast the nets on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. They cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fish. All right. Therefore the disciples whom Jesus loved said unto Peter, It is the Lord. Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he what? Grit his fishing coat unto him, for he was naked, and did cast himself into the sea. Now, my sisters and brothers, now you out there, out there with all your other fellows, what y'all there doing fishing butt naked? I mean, honestly, that's the Bible question. I told you guys, they're exhibitionists. When it comes to pulling their fucking clothes off, all of them are exhibitionists when it comes to that. They're all of them. Jesus and all of them. Paul, all of them love taking their clothes off. Now let's go here a little further here. Let's keep on going. Verse 8 says, And the other disciples came in a little ship, for they were not far from land, but as it was 200 cubits, dragging the nets with fish. As soon then as they were come to land, they saw a fire of coals there, and fish laid thereon, and bread. Jesus said unto them, Bring of the fish which ye have now caught. Simon Peter went up and drew the net to the land full of great fish, 153. And for all there were so many, yet was not the net broken. Jesus said unto them, Come and dine. And none of his disciples thus asked him, Who art thou? Knowing that it was the Lord. Jesus then cometh and taketh bread and giveth them, and fish likewise. This is now the third time that Jesus shewed himself to his disciples after that he was raised from the dead. So when they had dined, Jesus said unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonah. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. After they had dined, all of them, Jesus was eating fish and bread. But now, if you remember now, over here, I'm going to read it again here. It said that he was only going to eat honey, and what else did he say? Let me go back and look at that. Okay, Isaiah 7:14. Let's look at that. Isaiah 7:14. I think it was Isaiah 7:14. Let's look at that. He says here, butter and honey. Well, that's what it says. I did that for my critics. But now y'all see here, he's eating fish and bread. But not only that, even when you go look at the Passover, he's getting his eyes all flamed with the wine, and he's eating bread. But that's all right. We're going to look at it, because there's a whole lot in there that I'm going to show you guys that he was eating meat also. It's right in the pages. I'm going to show it to you. Now, let's go here a little further here. Let's go to Mark. Let's go to Mark, the 14th chapter. It's right in the pages. That's right, Mark, the 14th chapter. Let's look at verse 12. Let's look at verse 12 of Mark 14, verse 12 here. Now this here is talking about the Passover here. Now look what it says here. And the first day of unleavened bread, when they killed the Passover. That's me. They didn't kill the bread, they killed the Passover. So I really don't need to read the rest of this right here, because it's right in the pages. All you gotta do is just use a little imagination and think about the wording. They killed the Passover. Jesus' supper. They had, even though they don't mention the meat, you can see right here that they had killed the Passover. Alright? So they had to kill an animal. So even though Jesus broke the bread there with them and drank the wine and got his eyes inflamed, and there was some meat there too, right in the pages. I mean, I don't miss nothing. I'm looking, I'm in the Most High showing it to me. Boom, 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 just like that. Now let's go here a little further. Let's keep on going. Let's go back to Leviticus. See, because I want to show you something here, because he talks about, well, maybe I need to read part of that. Let's go ahead and read part of that. All right, let's jump down. I'm gonna jump over to I'm not gonna read all that, because he's talking about eating my body, take this and eat it. I ain't reading all that bullshit. Let's go to the book of Leviticus. Let's go back. I always tell you, you want to know the truth, you got to go back. Let's go back to our book, Leviticus chapter 21. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters. Look what he says here now. I'm gonna show you that talking about a woman that's born with a child of a virgin. Now let's read this right here. Leviticus chapter 21. Let's read verse 1. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but his kin that is nearest unto him." I'm gonna just jump on down and bypass a lot of that, but the meat of the whole thing here is that we're gonna read verses 14 and 15. It says, "A widow or a divorced woman or profane or a harlot, these shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife." See, so now we see now, if you get a picture, this is the book of Leviticus. This book is about Levi. It's not about everybody else. It's about Levi. That's why it's called the book of Leviticus, because it is about the Levites. It is about the priests and the children of Israel. All right. Now we got that part straight. Now we see here that it was common. It was common, among the Levites that they couldn't have a woman unless she was a virgin. Not only that, they had to keep it in the family. Huh? That's right, keep it in the family. Just like Abraham made them promise that Isaac would not marry nobody but go back and marry some of his kinfolk. That was it. That's how you keep the bloodline pure. But now when you go outside and start dipping and dabbing here and there and stuff, and then see, you're not pure any longer. And see, many get mad, because of what we say. But I'm not gonna lie to you. One might want somebody to lie to you and tickle your ears, but not here. I've been lied to all my life and still being lied to and lied on, even as I speak. So our main goal is we're not gonna lie to you. You want somebody to lie to you, you got to get to stepping and go somewhere else. Because here we're only going to tell you what thus said the Most High, nothing more. Now we see here, we got that part straightened out, right? Verse 15 says, this is Leviticus 21:15. It said, "Neither shall he profane his seed among his people." See that? "For I, the Lord, do sanctify him." See that? You got to keep it real, baby. You got to keep it real. I mean, all of this all mingled up, got spots here and spots there, and talking about that's a birthmark. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's leprosy. Unclean. That's leprosy. That's what it is. But see, when you mingle, when a Hebrew Israelite mingle his seed with another nation, the child comes out all spotted up, and then they want to holler about that's a blood, that's the birthmark. No, that's leprosy. And you are not the chosen. Now let's go here a little further. Now let's keep on going. Now let's go back to Mark 14. Did we look at Mark 14:12-25? Okay. Now let's go to Hebrews chapter 7. Now watch this, my brothers and sisters. Now watch this right here. Now we just seen now that you have to be in the Levites in order to be a priest. And he told them that you could only marry those that are of your family. You can't go outside. You got to marry those right inside your family to keep the bloodline pure. Now, let's look at Hebrews, the 7th chapter here. It says, it is evident, this is chapter 7 in Hebrews, verse 14. It says, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning priesthood. And that's true. Anybody knows that Judah and Levi does not mix. The Most High says after he comes back, he going to put them together and make them one. But not now. You only have the priests and you have the kings. You cannot be a Leviticus priest, which is why he's a high priest, and then be a king. Can't be. You don't go outside the tribe. You got to stay inside the tribe. Now, we see here that he said Moses spoke nothing concerning the priesthood, and he's right. I'll tell you, I'm going to show it to you. Moses never spoke a damn thing about Jesus at any time. No, I can prove it. I can prove it all through the pages. That Moses, nor Isaiah, nor anybody said a damn thing about Jesus being a priest, a prophet, a savior, or nothing else. Let's go to the book of Amos. Now watch it, my brothers and sisters, right in the pages. Let's go to Amos. Amos what I want? Amos the 3rd chapter. Let's go there. Let's look at Amos the 3rd chapter, verses 6 and 7. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? See that God says, I do everything. He says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servant the prophet. End of story. Bingo, right there. Moses never said anything concerning priesthood at all about anybody out of our tribe of Judah, including Jesus, so-called. He admitted it. So in other words, you would have to be calling the Most High a lie here for Jesus to be a priest. I mean, he says he does nothing until he reveals it to. He says it here. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servant the prophet. End of story. Right in the pages. So that makes, I believe the Most High. I don't believe Jesus. This here makes Jesus a damn lie. But let's keep on going. Let's go a little further here. Let us go to Micah. The book of Micah. Micah. Let's look here at Micah, the 5th chapter. Now let's look at this right here. Now I want you to think about this. Think about the writing. Think about what you're hearing and reading. And you will see this is not Jesus. Now, gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He has laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon his cheek. Now they're talking about when they smacked Jesus supposedly, and told him prophesy unto us, because they had his head covered, and asked him, well, who slapped you? This is not talking about Jesus. Now let's keep on going. Look what it says in, but thou Bethel, Ephraim, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thy seed he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forth have been from of old, from everlasting. See that? What did it say? From everlasting. Now, they want to say that, well, this is talking about Jesus. No, it's not. It's not talking about Jesus. Now, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going here. It says, therefore, I will give them up until the time that she which travail has brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. See that? Do y'all see that? This here is not talking about Jesus. Now let's go a little further. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall abide. He says, for now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. And this man shall be the peace when the Assyrians shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our places, then shall we rise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. Now you go back and read the New Testament. When did Jesus ever rise up against the Assyrians? You can clearly see, my sister and brother, this here already happened. This here was back then. This is not Jesus. If you can find it in the New Testament, show it to me. But they want to say, well, this is pointing to Jesus. This ain't pointing no damn well. It's pointing to it already happened even before Jesus. Now let's keep on going. Let's keep on going here now. Let's go here to Ezekiel. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Right in the pages. Now let's go here to Ezekiel 37. Now I'm going to show you here. But this here, I'm going to show you here where the Most High is going to bring Judah and Israel together. And make them one nation. Make them one. Not all the other tribes. Only those two. The two that he have chosen. But I showed you guys in previous videos that he says after all these things, because there's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of different components. You know, there's a lot of things that is going on and things that have to transpire before he bring the other families of Israel in. I showed it to you guys about 3 weeks ago. I showed it's in Jeremiah. I can't pull it up right now, but if you guys just Google it, I'm quite sure you can find it. Now let's keep on going now. When Ezekiel 37, let's keep on going. Let's look at verse 15 here. And it says here, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, moreover, thus said the Son of Man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah and of the children of Israel his companion. And then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and from all the houses of Israel his companion. See that? And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in mine hand. He say, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? And saying unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribe of Israel his fellow, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand, and the stick whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And they and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen where they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land, and I will make them one nation, and in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king over them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Talking about the northern and the southern kingdom. He said, neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgression, but I will save them out of all their dwellings, places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And David, I repeat, and David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. And they shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. Not try, do them. Look what it says, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. See that? End of story. No Jesus being no king of Israel. He may be the king of the Jews, but he'll never be the king of Israel. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forever. Ain't no damn Christians. Ain't no grafting in. No, sir. Y'all been lied to. Only his people. And then he says, my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forever. Right in the pages. Right here in the pages. My brothers and sisters, we here a lot of MeNoMore.org. We just love, coming into your homes, sharing the word of the Most High with you. I just love just shredding that New Testament. But anyway, let's look at another scripture before we close the night. Let's go to 2 Samuel. I want to show you guys this right here. 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's look at that one. 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's look at verses 14 through 16. 2 Samuel chapter 7 verses 14 through 16. Look what it says here. It says 2 Samuel 7 verses 14. Look what he says. He says, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chastise him with the rod of man, and with the stripes of the children of man. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before them. Now, many want to say that this is Jesus. No, it's not. No, it's not. He's not. This has nothing to do with Jesus. He goes up here in 13. He's talking about King David. He said, he shall build a house for my name. This is verse 13 in 2 Samuel 7. He shall build a house in my name, and I will establish his throne of his kingdom forever. Now let's jump on down here and read verses 16 now, because we already did 14 and 15. Let's read 16. And thine house. See that? He's having a conversation with David. He said, in thine house, in thy kingdom, shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan spake unto David. Verse 18. Then went King David in and sat before the Lord, and he said, who am I, O Lord God, and what is mine house that thou hast brought me hither? But we see here, the Most High says David kingdom is going to be forever. Jesus has nothing to do with King David at all. He has nothing to do with the tribe of Judah, let alone the tribe of Levi. Jesus ain't shit. I say it all the time. Jesus ain't shit. His mama ain't shit. The New Testament ain't shit. I mean, none of his apostles, none of his disciples, none of that bullshit over there. All that is nothing but rubbish. Nothing but bullshit. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Let's go here. See, because a lot of them, you know, they want to say, well, this talking about Jesus. No, it's not. Because the Most High says, if he committed iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of man. But now, let's look at another scripture here in their book. Let's go over here to 1 Peter. 1 Peter, let's look at 2 and 21. Look what it says. 1 Peter 2 and 21. It says, for even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example, that we should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth. So y'all can see clearly that how can this be Jesus? And the Most High says, if you sin, I'm going to chasten him with the rod of man. This has nothing to do with Jesus. But see, this is their story, and they left so many holes, you know, in their story. And we hear a lot of Immanuel. We just like two detectives, you know. We go and punch holes all through that bullshit, you know, to show you that it's nothing more than a fabrication. My sisters and brothers, we hear a lot of Immanuel. We wish that this has been a blessing to you, and we thank you guys for allowing us to come into your homes, and we just love you, and we want you to continue, you know, to read and learn. Until next time, shalom.